What's up, everybody? Welcome in here to the Truth Serum. You've just seen the post-game press conferences for Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Justin Herbert, Jim Harbaugh. If you enjoyed them, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Justin Herbert with the game of his career tonight in the NFL. He was absolutely fantastic. And he's why, in Brazil, the LA Chargers defeated Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs by a final score of 27-21. The Chargers start their year off with a victory against their rivals. Kansas City starts the year 0-1. Herbert, arm, legs, everything phenomenal. 25-34, 318 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Had the 19-yard scramble right before the 2-minute warning that iced this victory for the Chargers. This is what Justin Herbert has been in this league. Finally shows it here on the biggest stage. And everybody, if Justin Herbert plays like this the entire year, the LA Chargers have just entered the Super Bowl bubble in the AFC. If Herbert plays like this, look out. And the shock of all of it is Quentin Johnston tonight had a massive night, receiving 5 receptions, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just can't say enough of Herbert and everyone. This is what I've been saying since he was a senior in college at Oregon. I saw one play, I'm like, oh, that's going to be a superstar quarterback. That's exactly what he is. The Chiefs situationally missed 2-point conversion, a missed extra point, some sloppiness here at the end where it could have been a 1-possession game instead of a 2-score game if they were buttoned up. Patrick Mahomes was the leading rusher for Kansas City, in addition to throwing for 258 passing yards and a touchdown. Everybody, this game tonight, Travis Kelce looked like a blast from the past. The agility, the movement. The Chiefs are still going to be a really good football team this year, everybody. They're still going to be a really good football team. What this game shows is the Chargers are pretty good themselves. Pretty good themselves. And then you have to worry about the Denver Broncos in that AFC West division. And the Raiders aren't a slouch either, with Geno Smith and Pete Carroll. This division is loaded. Because the Chiefs won tonight, it doesn't mean that they're awful. It doesn't. Chargers are just really good too. And this is going to be a fun division to watch here with Kansas City, the Chargers, Denver, and the Raiders. But we thank you for watching. We will be live for the Steelers and the Jets on Sunday, 1 p.m., as well as covering all the games, post-game press conferences as well. Football is back, and it's week 1.